And good evening and welcome to 12 News at 6. I'm Kariba Devine.
And I'm Troy Hayden. Mark is off tonight. New at 6, an Arizona Republican lawmaker is calling for reforms to be made to the Arizona Department of Child Safety. And this comes after a DCS caseworker was nearly killed on the job in a live-streamed assault.
12 News journalist Sean Rice is here to explain what Republicans say needs to change and how the governor is responding. Sean?
Troy and Karibe, in an interview this afternoon, Republican State Senator C.J. Shope says he has concerns with how the directors of Arizona's Department of Child Safety are using their budget, including the removal of security guards from all of their Valley buildings that may have contributed to this brutal assault.
You was a dead man.
For nearly 2 weeks, 12 News has been asking this question: how do we prevent this from happening again? A DCS caseworker choked, rendered unconscious, and then thrown to the ground by DeAndre Johnson, an upset parent under investigation by DCS. Democrats point to,
my Republican colleagues handed us an enormous deficit because they have been budgeting like this, with their eyes closed for way too many years.
Budget cuts of between 3.5% and 4% made to the DCS budget in 2024 that forced DCS Deputy Director David Lujan to make what he calls
A list of really bad choices
on where to make cuts to their operating budget. But Senate Republicans like T.J. Shope say reforms with leadership are the ones in order.
It's an agency where everybody wants to do the right thing, but maybe we're just not prepared to know what the right thing to do is.
Shope says Republican lawmakers may draft a bill mandating DCS allot more money to security in their buildings and make cuts elsewhere. Some would call that legislative overreach, but Shope says it may be what's necessary to better protect DCS workers.
Will DCS or the governor's office be receptive to being told how to run an agency? That would yet to be determined.
In a statement, Governor Katie Hobbs's office tells 12 News, quote, "It's regrettable that Republican legislators continue to politicize safety of Arizona's children and our dedicated public servants who dedicate their lives to keeping Arizona's children safe. They would rather protect the rights for ESA parents to purchase luxury car driving lessons, ski passes, and grand pianos, rather than properly funding critical agencies like DCS."
It's sadly laughable. We have a governor who had to negotiate a budget with this legislature for a year after just negotiating a previous budget. We all worked on this together. She ultimately signed it. She's responsible for it. She signed the thing. It's her agency.
Now, since that assault, the governor's office says DCS has installed apps on each worker's cell phone that allows them to alert law enforcement if they are in danger, and they've also provided de-escalation trainings for all employees who may find themselves in what they call high-risk situations. Now, the next legislative session begins this upcoming January. We will wait to see if lawmakers draft legislation of any kind. Sean Rice, 12 News.
All right, Sean, thank you for that.